I remember the first time I stepped into the grand house on Maple Street. It was a crisp autumn morning, and the leaves painted the world in shades of umber and gold. My heart raced with excitement and nervousness as I rang the doorbell, a new chapter in my life beginning. "Welcome, Sarah," the lady of the house exclaimed. Her smile was warm and inviting. "I'm so glad you're here." As I entered, I admired the spacious living room adorned with family photos and a beautiful piano in the corner. But it was Mark, the husband, who caught my attention. He was handsome, with an easy smile and a gentle demeanor that made me feel at ease. In the beginning, our interactions were innocent. I'd see him in the mornings, sipping coffee and reading the news while the kids played nearby. But as weeks passed, the subtle tension in the air began to grow. One evening, as I prepared dinner, I noticed Mark lingering in the kitchen. "Need any help?" he asked, leaning against the counter, his eyes glinting with mischief. "No, I've got it," I replied, though my heart raced at the proximity. The chemistry between us was undeniable, and I felt a spark ignite. As the evening unfolded, we found ourselves exchanging playful banter, laughter filling the air. It was intoxicating, and I could feel the boundary between caregiver and confidant beginning to blur. Later that night, after the children were asleep, I found myself drawn to the living room, where Mark sat, the soft glow of the lamp casting shadows across his face. "Can we talk?" he asked, his voice low and earnest. I nodded, my heart pounding in anticipation. He shared his frustrations about his marriage, his voice filled with longing. "I feel trapped sometimes. It's like Sarah and I are living separate lives." I listened, feeling a mix of empathy and desire. As the tension grew, he leaned closer, his breath warm against my skin. "I didn't expect to feel this way about you, Priya," he whispered. And in that moment, I felt the world around us fade away. I leaned in, and our lips met in a tentative kiss that quickly deepened. It was wrong, but it felt so right. The days turned into a blur of laughter and stolen moments. Each glance between us ignited a fire I couldn't extinguish. I found myself sneaking glances at Mark during the day, our conversations laced with unspoken words. One afternoon, while the children napped, I found Mark alone in the living room. The air was thick with tension as he approached me. "Can I show you something?" he asked, his voice low, leading me to a quiet corner of the house. We shared secret kisses, our hands exploring, the thrill of being caught adding to the excitement. In the safety of those stolen moments, I felt alive, but I also felt the weight of our deception pressing down on me. One evening, as I prepared dinner, I heard him call my name softly from the living room. I hesitated but felt drawn to him, my heart racing. When I entered, he pulled me close, pressing his lips against mine with a fervor that took my breath away. "Priya," he murmured, his hands resting on my waist. "I can't stop thinking about you." The thrill of being together in their home, where we could be discovered at any moment, heightened the tension. We would share secret kisses in the kitchen, quick touches as we passed each other, and whispers filled with longing. But as the days turned into weeks, I began to feel the weight of our choices. One night, after a particularly passionate encounter, I lay awake in bed, guilt washing over me. "What are we doing, Mark?" I asked, my voice trembling. "I don't know," he replied, his eyes filled with uncertainty. "But it feels so right when I'm with you." Yet, I knew it was wrong. We were tearing apart a family, one that had welcomed me with open arms. The tension between us grew, and I felt like a puppet in a dangerous game. The night Sarah discovered our affair was one I would never forget. It had been a typical evening, the children tucked into bed, and Mark and I sat in the living room, our secret world enveloping us. The thrill of being together felt electric, and we shared kisses filled with passion. But that night, as we lost ourselves in each other, I heard a noise, a creak from the hallway. My heart dropped, and fear gripped me. Mark! What was that? He pulled away, panic in his eyes. I don't know. Stay here. He rushed to the doorway, peering into the dimly lit hallway. Moments later, Sarah appeared, her expression a mix of confusion and betrayal. What's going on here? She demanded, her voice shaking. In that instant, the world around us shattered. I felt the air leave my lungs as the reality of our situation crashed upon me. I had been caught. Mark stepped forward, desperation in his voice. Sarah, I can explain. Explain what? She interrupted, her voice rising. That you've been cheating on me in our own home? Tears filled my eyes as I realized the devastation we had caused. I wanted to run, to hide, but there was nowhere left to go. Sarah, please, Mark pleaded. I didn't mean for this to happen. You didn't mean for it to happen? She echoed, her voice laced with disbelief. You think that makes it okay? I stood frozen, my heart racing as the reality of the moment settled in. The children were asleep, blissfully unaware of the chaos that was about to unfold. I'm so sorry, I whispered, my voice trembling. I never wanted to hurt you. Mark stepped closer to Sarah, his expression filled with regret. I've been unhappy for a long time. This wasn't just about Priya, it was about me feeling lost. Sarah's face paled as she processed his words, the betrayal cutting deep. So, this is it? You throw away our family for a fling? As the confrontation raged on, I felt the weight of guilt pressing down on me. I had crossed a line, and now we were all paying the price. The aftermath of the revelation was a whirlwind of emotions. Sarah retreated into a world of hurt and anger, while Mark and I were left to grapple with the consequences of our choices. The house felt like a battleground, filled with tension and unresolved feelings. Days passed, and I watched as Sarah and Mark navigated their shattered relationship. I felt like a ghost, haunting the very walls that had once welcomed me. Each day was a reminder of the family I had torn apart. One evening, as I prepared dinner, I overheard Sarah sobbing in the bedroom. My heart ached for her, knowing I was the source of her pain. I wanted to reach out, to apologize, but the damage was done. Mark approached me, his expression wary. I need to talk to her, he said, determination in his eyes. I can't let this end without trying to fix things. I nodded, knowing he had to face the consequences of his actions. The next evening, he sat down with Sarah, and I listened from the hallway, my heart racing as their conversation unfolded. I want to make this work, Mark said, his voice steady. We can find a way to heal. I love you, Sarah. I don't know if I can forgive you, she replied, her voice breaking. How can we go back to what we had? As their conversation continued, I felt a mix of sadness and relief. I realized that my presence was only complicating things further. I had to leave. That night, I packed my belongings quietly, tears streaming down my face. I left a note for Mark, explaining my decision and wishing him and Sarah the best. I knew it was the only way for them to heal. As I drove away from the house that had once felt like home, I felt a heavy mixture of regret and relief. I had crossed a line I could never uncross, and now I was left to grapple with the consequences. If you've been captivated by this journey of love, betrayal, and redemption, Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories that explore the depths of human emotion. Join me as we continue to navigate the complexities of life, love, and the choices we make. In the end, I learned that love is a powerful force, but it can also lead to destruction. Sometimes, the hardest decisions are the ones that lead to healing. As I drove away, I knew that while my path was uncertain, it was also a chance for a new beginning, one where I could find my own way in the world, free from the shadows of my past.